Have you ever considered that your familiar bedtime habits might be silently shortening your lifespan? According to statistics from the CDC, over 70,000 older adults in the United States die in their sleep each year. And many cases aren't simply due to old age, but stem from preventable mistakes. Welcome to Best Senior Sleep, where we awaken peace and restore health through deep sleep. After the age of 60, the body becomes more sensitive than ever. A wrong posture, a seemingly harmless snack, or just not changing old habits, all can severely impact cardiovascular health, breathing, and sleep. Today, we will explore 7 seemingly harmless habits that can be dangerous for older adult sleep. In particular, habit number 2 is considered a leading cause of nighttime emergencies, and many people are still practicing it unknowingly. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other important content. And don't forget to share where you're watching from by leaving your country name below. We're happy to connect with you. Ready? Let's start the countdown of 7 dangerous habits you need to avoid tonight. Habit number 7, drinking too much water before bed. Let's start with a habit that's often overlooked because it seems so healthy. Drinking water. Staying properly hydrated is incredibly important for everyone, and especially for older adults. Water supports every cell in your body, helps regulate temperature, aids digestion, and keeps joints moving smoothly. But here's the catch. While staying hydrated is essential, drinking too much water right before you go to sleep can actually be dangerous to your health in ways you might not expect. As we age, our bodies process liquids differently. Your kidneys, the organs that filter waste from your blood and balance fluids, become less efficient over time. At the same time, bladder capacity shrinks, and the signals that tell us we need to go to the bathroom become more urgent and frequent. This means if you have a large glass of water, tea, or juice in the hour or two before bed, you're very likely to wake up in the middle of the night needing to urinate. Getting up once or twice might not seem like a big deal, but for older adults, it can be dangerous. Those nighttime bathroom trips are one of the leading causes of falls in older adults. Imagine this. You're half awake, half asleep. It's dark. Your blood pressure dips when you stand up, and your balance isn't what it used to be. All these factors combine to make a simple walk to the bathroom a real hazard. According to the CDC, falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospital visits for older adults. And many of these accidents happen at night. But the risks don't stop there. When you wake up multiple times to go to the bathroom, your sleep cycle is interrupted. You miss out on the restorative deep sleep stages that your brain and body need to repair themselves. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to memory problems, increased inflammation, and even a higher risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's. Furthermore, poor sleep can weaken your immune system and make it harder to manage conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. There's also a potential risk to your heart. When you drink a lot before bed, your body has to work harder to process and eliminate that excess fluid. This can lead to fluctuations in blood pressure and put extra strain on your cardiovascular system, especially if you already have heart issues. For some older adults, this added stress can trigger abnormal heart rhythms or even more serious complications. So, what's the best way to stay hydrated without putting yourself at risk? The key is timing and moderation. Drink plenty of fluids throughout the day, but start winding down your liquid intake in the late afternoon and evening. Try to avoid drinking large amounts of liquid for at least 2 hours before bed. If you're thirsty, right before sleep, take just a few small sips rather than drinking a full glass. Also, steer clear of diuretic drinks like coffee, black tea, green tea, and some fruit juices in the evening, as they can make you need to urinate more frequently. If you do need to get up during the night, make sure your path to the bathroom is well lit and free of obstacles. Consider using night lights or motion sensor lights to reduce the risk of tripping. Move slowly and give your body a few seconds to adjust before fully standing up. By making these simple adjustments, you can protect your sleep, reduce your risk of nighttime accidents, and support your overall health without sacrificing the benefits of staying hydrated. Habit number 6, eating late at night. Let's talk about a habit that's easy to overlook but can have serious consequences. Eating late at night. For many, a little snack before bed is a comforting ritual, a way to wind down after a long day. But for older adults, this seemingly innocuous habit can silently trigger a chain reaction of health problems that go far beyond simple indigestion. As we age, our bodies process food differently. Our metabolism slows. Our digestion is less efficient, and our ability to regulate blood sugar and cholesterol falters. When you eat late at night, especially heavy or greasy meals, your digestive system is forced to keep working long after you've gone to bed. Instead of resting and repairing, your body is busy breaking down food, and this can disrupt your sleep and put extra strain on your heart and other organs. One of the most immediate risks of eating late at night is heartburn and acid reflux. When you lie down soon after eating, stomach acid can easily flow back up into your esophagus, causing that familiar burning sensation in your chest. For older adults, this isn't just uncomfortable. It can lead to chronic inflammation, damage to the esophagus, and even an increased risk of aspiration pneumonia if acid or food is inhaled into the lungs during sleep. According to a study published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology, people who ate within 3 hours of bedtime had a significantly higher risk of nighttime acid reflux and related complications. But the dangers don't stop with heartburn. Eating late at night can also cause spikes in blood sugar, particularly if your meal includes refined carbohydrates or sweets. As we get older, our bodies become less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that helps regulate blood sugar. This means that a late night snack can lead to higher nighttime blood sugar levels, increasing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes or making it harder to manage if you already have it. A 2020 study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that late night eating was associated with higher blood sugar and insulin levels the next morning, especially in older adults. There's also a potential risk to your heart. Eating late can cause your blood pressure to remain elevated throughout the night instead of dipping down as it normally should during healthy sleep. This non-dipping blood pressure pattern is linked to a higher risk of heart attack and stroke, particularly in older adults. Heavy or greasy meals can also trigger arrhythmias, abnormal heart rhythms, which can be dangerous for those with existing heart conditions. So, what's the best way to protect yourself? The key is giving your body enough time to digest before you go to sleep. Aim to finish dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime. Choose lighter meals in the evening. Think lean protein, vegetables, and whole grains instead of fried foods, pasta or sweets. If you need a snack, make it something small and gentle on your stomach, like a piece of fruit plain yogurt or a handful of nuts. By making these simple changes, you'll not only improve your sleep quality, but also reduce your risk of nighttime heartburn, blood sugar spikes, and serious cardiovascular events. Your body will thank you for letting it truly rest during the night. Habit number 5, sleeping in the wrong posture. Most of us have a favorite sleep position and stick with it night after night, rarely giving it a second thought. But did you know that the way you sleep could be silently sabotaging your health, especially as you get older? For older adults, the position you choose can make a significant difference in your risk of respiratory issues, cardiovascular problems, and even stroke. So let's start with the most problematic position, sleeping on your back, also known as the supine position. While it might feel comfortable, this position can actually create a storm of health risks for an aging body. When you sleep on your back, gravity pulls the tongue and soft tissues in your throat back, partially collapsing the airway. This is particularly dangerous for anyone who snores or has sleep apnea, but even those without a diagnosis might experience a subtle restriction of airflow. According to research from the Mayo Clinic Sleep Disorder Center, sleeping on your back can worsen breathing difficulties by up to 40% compared to sleeping on your side. The consequences of this airway restriction are severe. Reduced oxygen intake during sleep can lead to episodes of obstructive sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts. Over time, this lack of oxygen can contribute to brain damage, high blood pressure, and a much higher risk of stroke and heart attack. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine showed that older adults who sleep on their backs had a 22% higher risk of nighttime cardiovascular events compared to those who slept on their sides. But the risks don't stop there. For older adults with acid reflux or a hiatal hernia, sleeping on your back allows stomach acid to flow back up into the esophagus more easily, causing silent acid reflux at night. This not only damages the lining of the esophagus, but also increases the risk of aspiration, where stomach contents are accidentally inhaled into the lungs, which can lead to pneumonia or even esophageal cancer over time. There's also a neurological angle to consider. Recent research from Stony Brook University revealed that sleeping on your back reduces the efficiency of the brain's waste clearance system by up to 63%. Compared to sleeping on your side. This means that harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia are not effectively cleared, potentially accelerating cognitive decline. Sleeping on your right side isn't ideal either, as it can put pressure on the heart's large blood vessels, hindering circulation and increasing the risk of heart failure in those already vulnerable. So, what's the safest position? Experts recommend sleeping on your left side. This position improves blood flow, aids digestion, and reduces the risk of acid reflux and stroke. It also helps the brain clear waste more effectively, supporting long-term cognitive health. If you're used to sleeping on your back or right side, changing can be difficult. Try using a sturdy pillow between your knees to help keep your spine aligned, and place another pillow behind your back to prevent rolling onto your back during the night. An orthopedic neck pillow can also help maintain a comfortable and safe posture. If you suffer from reflux, elevating the head of your bed slightly can provide additional relief. By training yourself to sleep on your left side, you can significantly reduce your risk of nighttime respiratory problems, cardiovascular complications, and even cognitive decline, helping you wake up feeling more rested and refreshed each morning. Habit number 4, sleeping in a room that's too hot. We all want to be comfortable at night, especially as we age. It's tempting to turn up the thermostat pile on extra blankets or close every window to keep the chill out. But did you know that sleeping in a room that's too warm could be silently sabotaging your health? For older adults, maintaining the right bedroom temperature isn't just an issue of comfort, it's an issue of safety. Our bodies are designed to cool down slightly when we fall asleep. This dip in body temperature signals the brain that it's time for rest, helping us enter the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. When your bedroom is too hot, generally above 70 degrees, 21 degrees, this cooling process is disrupted. Instead of relaxing, your body is overworking to shed excess heat, and this can lead to tossing and turning, waking up frequently, or feeling drained in the morning. The consequences of sleeping in a hot room go beyond a restless night. For older adults, the risks are particularly acute. As we age, our ability to regulate body temperature declines, making us more prone to overheating. Research published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults sleeping in rooms warmer than 70 degrees, 21 degrees, experienced up to 30% less slow wave sleep, that deep restorative stage vital for memory, immune function, and cell repair. Missing out on this crucial sleep phase can have a domino effect on your health. Chronic poor sleep is linked to increased inflammation, higher blood pressure, and a weakened immune system. Over time, these changes can increase your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. In fact, the same study noted that chronic sleep disruption from a hot environment can accelerate age-related memory decline and make it harder for your body to fight off infection. But the dangers don't stop there. Sleeping in a hot room can also lead to dehydration, especially for older adults who may have a reduced thirst sensation. Sweating at night causes your body to lose fluids and electrolytes, which can cause your blood to thicken and increase the risk of blood clots, arrhythmias, and even stroke. For those with existing heart or respiratory conditions, the significant strain placed on the body by trying to cool down can trigger dangerous complications, including heart attack or breathing difficulties. So, what's the ideal temperature for safe and healthy sleep? Most experts recommend keeping your bedroom temperature between 60 and 67 degrees of 15 to 19 degrees. Use breathable lightweight bedding. Cotton sheets are a great option, and avoid heavy blankets or electric blankets that retain heat. If you tend to get cold, use layering blankets that you can easily remove during the night. Consider using a fan or opening a window slightly to improve air circulation and keep the room fresh. By making these simple adjustments, you can protect your heart, support your brain, and ensure you get the deep restorative sleep your body needs. Remember, a cool bedroom isn't just about comfort. It's a powerful way to protect your health as you age. Habit number 3, getting out of bed too quickly. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, swung your legs over the side of the bed, and suddenly felt the room start spinning or your vision darken? If so, you're not alone and you're not imagining it. For older adults, getting out of bed too quickly can be a surprisingly dangerous habit, one that causes countless falls, injuries, and even hospitalizations each year. The main culprit behind this phenomenon is orthostatic or postural hypotension. This is a sudden drop in blood pressure that occurs when you move from a lying position to a standing position too quickly. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating blood flow and blood pressure when we change position. The result is that blood temporarily pools in the lower part of your body and your brain doesn't get enough oxygen-rich blood for a few seconds. That's when you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even faint. This isn't just an uncomfortable feeling, it's a real danger. According to a study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, older adults with orthostatic hypotension have a significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, and even death. In fact, falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations for older adults. And many of these accidents happen at night or in the early morning when blood pressure is naturally lower and the body is still adjusting from sleep. The consequences of a nighttime fall can be severe. Hip fractures, head injuries, and wrist fractures are common, and recovery can be long and difficult. For some, a single fall can lead to a loss of independence, prolonged hospitalization, or even life-threatening complications. That's why it's so important to take this risk seriously and adopt safer habits. So what can you do to protect yourself? The good news is that a few simple changes to your nighttime routine can make a big difference. First, when you wake up, don't rush. Take a moment to sit on the edge of the bed and let your body adjust. Wiggle your toes, flex and extend your ankles, and take a few deep breaths. This helps improve blood flow and reduces the risk of a sudden drop in blood pressure. Keep a glass of water by your bed and take a small sip before standing up, especially if you are prone to dehydration. Make sure your path to the bathroom is well lit. Use night lights or motion sensor lights to avoid tripping in the dark. Hold on to sturdy furniture or handrails as you stand up and avoid slippery socks or loose rugs that could cause you to lose your footing. Wearing non-slip slippers and keeping clutter clear from the floor are also smart precautions. If you are taking medications that can lower your blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the best time to take them and whether your dosage needs to be adjusted. By following these simple steps, you can significantly reduce your risk of nighttime falls and protect your long-term health and independence. Remember, getting up slowly isn't just about comfort. It's a powerful way to stay safe and confident every night. Habit number 2, ignoring snoring, breathing, pauses, or insomnia. Snoring is often dismissed as a harmless nuisance, especially as we get older. But what if that nighttime noise or the occasional pauses in breathing that come with it are actually a warning sign of something far more serious? For older adults, ignoring symptoms like snoring, interrupted breathing, or chronic insomnia can silently set the stage for life-threatening health problems. One of the most dangerous and underdiagnosed sleep disorders in older adults is obstructive sleep apnea. This condition occurs when the muscles in your throat relax too much during sleep, causing the airway to narrow or close completely. As a result, breathing can stop for seconds at a time, sometimes hundreds of times each night. Every time this happens, the oxygen levels in your blood plummet, forcing your heart to work harder to pump blood throughout your body. Over time, this repeated strain can lead to high blood pressure, abnormal heart rhythms, and a much higher risk of heart attack and stroke. The numbers are alarming. According to the Sleep Heart Health Study, untreated sleep apnea increases the risk of fatal heart attack by 30% and stroke by up to 60% in older adults. Even more concerning, nearly 40% of older adults are affected by sleep apnea, yet an estimated 80% of cases go undiagnosed. Many simply don't realize that their snoring or restless nights are symptoms of a serious medical condition. But the dangers don't stop with the heart. Sleep apnea also robs your brain of the restorative deep sleep it needs to function at its best. Chronic lack of sleep can lead to memory problems, confusion, and even accelerate the progression of dementia. In fact, studies have shown that older adults with moderate to severe untreated sleep apnea experience brain shrinkage in areas responsible for memory and decision-making at nearly 3 times the normal age-related rate. So how do you know if you might have sleep apnea or another serious sleep disorder? Often your bed partner or a family member is the first to notice the signs: loud, persistent snoring, long pauses in breathing, gasping or choking sounds during sleep, and waking up frequently. Other red flags include waking up with a dry mouth or headache, feeling excessively tired during the day, or having difficulty staying awake during quiet activities. Insomnia, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, can also be a warning sign. While occasional sleeplessness is normal, chronic insomnia can be a signal of underlying cardiovascular, neurological, or endocrine problems. It also weakens your immune system and increases stress, making it harder to manage conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. If you notice any of these symptoms, don't ignore them. Talk to your doctor or a sleep specialist. Treatments like CPAP therapy, weight management, and lifestyle changes can significantly reduce your risk. In fact, research shows that treating sleep apnea can lower cardiovascular risk by up to 42% in older adults. Remember, snoring and insomnia aren't just nuisances. They are signals from your body that something isn't right. By paying attention and seeking help, you can protect your heart, your brain, and your quality of life. Habit number 1, taking certain medications before bed. For many older adults, taking medication before bed is a nightly ritual. Whether it's a sleeping pill to help you drift off a blood pressure tablet or pain medication to ease aching joints, these habits seem harmless, just part of winding down. But what if this routine is silently sabotaging your health? The truth is, some medications taken at night can have dangerous unintended side effects, especially as we age. Let's start with sleeping pills and sedatives, often prescribed for insomnia and anxiety. Medications like benzodiazepines, such as diazepam, clonazepam, and alprazolam, work by slowing down the central nervous system. While this can help you relax and fall asleep, it also makes your breathing slower and shallower. For older adults, particularly those with heart or respiratory conditions, this can be risky. According to a study published in the British Medical Journal, older adults who regularly used benzodiazepines had a significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, and even death compared to those who didn't take these drugs. The sedating effects can linger into the morning, causing dizziness, confusion, and unsteadiness, all of which increase your risk of nighttime accidents. But it's not just sleeping pills that cause problems. Some antidepressants and muscle relaxants, often taken at night, can interfere with the deep sleep stages essential for memory and cognitive health. Over time, this can lead to increased forgetfulness, confusion, and even speed up cognitive decline. Pain relievers, especially non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs like ibuprofen or diclofenac, can also be problematic. When taken regularly, these medications can overload the kidneys and liver, making it harder for your body to eliminate toxins. They also increase the risk of internal bleeding, particularly when combined with other medications. Blood pressure medications are another common culprit. While some people benefit from taking this medication at night, for others it can cause blood pressure to drop too low during sleep. This can reduce blood flow to the brain, increasing the risk of dizziness, fainting, and even stroke. A study in the journal Hypertension showed that the timing of blood pressure medication can significantly impact nighttime blood pressure patterns and overall cardiovascular risk. Drug interactions are another hidden danger. As we age, our bodies process medication slower, and the risk of one medication amplifying the effects or side effects of another increases. Mixing sedatives, pain relievers, and other medications without proper medical guidance can lead to dangerous, even life-threatening complications. So, what can you do to stay safe? First, always consult your doctor or pharmacist before starting, stopping, or changing any medication. Ask about safer alternatives, especially if you are experiencing side effects like confusion, dizziness, or excessive sleepiness. Avoid unnecessary sedatives and try natural sleep aids like herbal tea or relaxation techniques when possible. If you take blood pressure medication at night, monitor your blood pressure regularly and report any unusual symptoms to your healthcare provider. By being proactive and informed about your medication habits, you can protect your health, reduce your risk of nighttime accidents, and ensure a safer, more restful night's sleep. Small changes can make a big difference in your safety and longevity. Now that you're aware of these 7 seemingly harmless habits that carry potential dangers, the next step is to take action. Starting tonight, even one small change like adjusting your sleep posture, revisiting your late night snack, or paying closer attention to your medications, all can contribute to protecting your sleep and extending your health. Did you recognize any of these habits that you were practicing without even knowing? Or do you have your own tips that help you sleep more deeply and safely? Share your story in the comments section below, because who knows, your experience might be exactly what someone else needs. If you found today's content helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the Best Senior Sleep channel. We'll continue to bring you more relatable and practical insights to help you sleep better and live healthier every day. Thank you for joining us. Get some great rest tonight, and we'll see you in the next story.